Hello everyone, it's Adria, aka Woman with a Weenie, and thank you so much for helping me reach over 50 subscribers. Again, I tried to do a live and for some reason YouTube is still saying I need to reach 50 subscribers to do a live, so I don't know, maybe it takes a day or something to recognize my achievement. I don't know. So I just thought I would go ahead and record what I was gonna do and then post it, and that'll be our alternative. I hope everybody's doing well on your Memorial Day off. I'm doing pretty good. So the first thing I wanted to do was I have my itty bitty teeny weeny little embosser machine here, and I have some cutting dies that I wanted to play with, none the least of which is this little dachshund cutting die. And oh yeah, sorry about the view. I realize that you can see the foot of my camera holder, but I think yesterday's video was sideways, and I'm gonna blame my husband because he told me it would not be if I did a wide shot, but it was. So we're gonna not repeat that mistake at least, and maybe make a new one, which is to show the camera setup because I couldn't make it any better. So sorry. I am doing the best I can, learning as we go along. So I want to use some of this really nicely aged book page to make some die cuts, but it is, like I said, very nicely aged. So I think first I need to glue it to something a little more substantial. I'm just looking through my scraps here, and let's see, trying to find some cardstock. I think for at least the dachshund, I could use this really thin piece of cardstock, and that would work just fine. I'm gonna use this as a glue sheet. Now I gotta find my glue. Okay, so I know glue sticks are so controversial, but this is my favorite glue stick that I swear by. Well, actually this is not. I ordered this by mistake, but it still works pretty good. I prefer the Scotch Create line. Sorry if you just heard maybe on, but this one works pretty good. Okay, so we are going to put some glue down because that's step one of gluing. Self-explanatory, right? And then I really just want to catch the wording, I think, on here. So we'll do that. So what's everybody doing for Memorial Day? I know a lot of you already don't work, which sounds so luxurious and lovely. And I can't wait until I'm 159 years old and we'll be able to retire as well. But I'm really enjoying this day off. So I have learned that, I mean, I could have worked, of course, but I've learned that when other people take holidays, that I deserve to take holidays too. So even though I'm in charge of my schedule and I could have worked today, I decided not to schedule any patients today, which also means I don't get paid, but I think that that is the sacrifice I'm willing to make for a little me time. Okay, so I kind of hate, like, you know, using my muscles to roll this thing and to only get one little tiny wiener dog because I'm lazy. So I think I'm gonna add one of these gears. I love these because they'll fit on there too. So let's add that. And I think that will fit on there. Let's see, what else can we fit? That. I was thinking later it might be cool too if I like maybe painted these or something. So we'll see about that. I also have some gelatos that I got for like a really good price from someone off Facebook Marketplace. And I don't love how that's fitting there. I want to maximize the use of this pretty paper. And so I also kind of want to figure out how to start using those because I haven't played with them at all yet. So if you have any ideas about a good way to, let me move this out of the way. This is not aesthetically pleasing. A good way to start using gelatos, let me know. And then, excuse me, I always push this with my belly, which I think is probably a technique exclusive to me, but that's how I roll, y'all. Okay, and I like to go a few times back and forth. I actually bought a used Big Shot, but I don't have it didn't come with a platform. So I don't have the platform yet to go with it. So, but I'm excited about using it because this thing is really tiny. You can only use dies that are like, I think that's 3 inches or smaller, which is pretty limiting. Okay, let's see how this came out. Oh, this is gonna be super cute. So there's our little dachshund with our vintage paper. Oh, he's very cute. So we'll put him right there. Okay, and then I think I need to get a little pokey tool for this business. Where's my pretty pokey tool? Oh dear. Here it is. I think this has a fancier name. Don't judge. It's my day off. I reserve the right to not use my brain. So some of these gear dies are kind of stupid because they don't have a place to pick the things out of. But that one managed to cooperate quite nicely. So there's that one. So we have 2. Okay. Don't even know if I'm in frame actually. Let me see. So like you see how this one has the little part that doesn't actually punch out, but it's just there so that when you flip it over, you can easily get it out of the die. Some of this set does not have that, which is pretty annoying, I must say. Okay, so there's that one. These are looking cool. This one does have the push hole. Is that the official name for that? A push hole? That's the name I'm giving it. Okay, and then there's that one. Beautiful. Okay, and then we have one more from this pass through our teeny tiny die machine. Whoops, wrong side. Oh, he's so cute. He's so little. Right there. I don't know what language that is. I'm guessing German, which is perfect for our wiener dog because they're German. In case you didn't know, wiener dogs are in fact German. Okay, so I will use that again. Don't worry, but I won't bore you with my neuroticism right this second about using every little useful piece. But of course I will keep that also because that's kind of delicious. Okay, so now I want to try some of this beautiful wallpaper that I got from Lindy K. And so I was also thinking, after I do the wallpaper, how would it look if I did some alcohol inking or some sprays or some other, you know, things to it. So let me move my junk out of the way and cut a 3-inch slice because that's what we're limited to with this die cutting machine. Okay, so now we have our little 3-inch slice. I'm gonna lay that there. I think I actually might do 2 layers because I hate when it doesn't punch all the way through. And I have this other color that's like I wouldn't quite call it a gold, maybe like an antique gold of the same wallpaper. So we're gonna go ahead and cut a slice of that and work that through simultaneously. Look at me using a big word. That's not really a big word. I'm just trying to make myself feel good. Okay, so we're gonna put those 2 slices together and we're gonna put our little dog on there. Maeve has just come back into the room. She has Maeve is my dachshund, and she has a beautiful yellow chaise lounge chair in here that sits by the window. And that is to encourage her to hang out with me in here because I love her company. She's my best friend. I won't sing the rest of that song for you, but hopefully you know it. Yes, don't worry, there will be no singing on my YouTube. Right, Casey? Right. Okay, these are little doily dies. That's fun to say. Doily dies. And I like this one. This one looks really good, all grunged up. So we're gonna put this doily die on here to run through with this dachshund. And let's put some gears as well. Let me close my glue. Okay, I like this gear. He's kind of funky. And let's see. Oh, this is nice, and it already has a bonus cut in there. Let me see if I can get it out. I don't know if that'll make a difference in the effectiveness of our cut here. See, I really like to maximize my paper here. Oh, I love this one. That one right there. So we're gonna use that one. Right there. Oh, I got a little paper booger. Paper crumb? It's not really a booger. Let's put him. And let's put her. And this one's kind of fun too. Oh, nope, we're running out of room. Running out of room, Wofford. Okay, we'll go like that and then we'll just see. There's probably some room up there but that's good enough. Okay. So how do you guys feed your thingy through with one hand if you don't push it through your belly? I gotta use my belly technique. Can you see that on camera? Is that embarrassing for you? I guess it should be embarrassing for me, but I'm not easily embarrassed. When you have dressed up as a chicken on stage and flapped your virtual, fake, I don't know, your pretend chicken wings in front of audience and children alike, there is not a lot left to be embarrassed about. So of course I'm talking about my previous life as a ballerina. I have done some very humbling, we'll call it, roles and things. So pushing a die through with my belly is on the bottom of that list of embarrassing things, let me tell you. Okay, so let's see how that went. We'll move those out of the way. And yeah, guys, bear with me. I know I might not be on camera very perfectly the whole time. I'm new. I'm so new. YouTube doesn't even let me talk to you. I'd rather have your company, really, truly. Okay, so I got one layer coming out, but I would really like both layers to exit. Come on. Are you gonna cooperate, little paper? The wallpaper, I've never cut in a die cut before, so I wasn't really sure how that would go, but this is our little doily die cut. Okay. You can see the texture. I kind of like that. That's sort of pretty. Again, pretty is not my thing, so I'll have to grunge that up, but I like where we're starting. Put those right there. Okay. Did anybody go see any friends or family today? We just got back from our 14 wedding anniversary trip. We went to Chattanooga, which just is nice because it's not these little extra pieces I'll use for something, I'm sure. It's just nice because it's not that far. It's like a little over an hour drive from where we live. And I was telling everybody that there was these funny animals. First we saw them on the road as we were trying to find the Airbnb house. And I thought they were otters because there was a mom and a baby, and they were walking alongside the edge of the road until they came upon one of those grates that I guess goes into, like, I don't want to call it a sewer, but I think it's the ditch system, whatever. Anyway, they went down there. When I slowed down to take a picture, they said, "No, lady, you are creeping on us and we would like our privacy. You may not have a picture." And so they went down under there. But then when we got to the house, there was a porch that was elevated and it had stairs, and one of those little buggers was under the stairs. And I did some research, and it took me a while because at first putting in porch creature Tennessee didn't produce any results, and eventually I found out that they were groundhogs, and I did not know. This one doesn't have the pokey hole. Anyway, Anyway, I did not know that groundhogs, first of all, are the same thing as woodchucks. Did you know that? I did not know that. I really did not know that, because I thought groundhogs were the ones that told us whether or not winter was ending. I didn't realize they had anything to do with if woodchucks could chuck woodchuck wood, those things. But they do, apparently. And not only that, they are also known as whistle pigs. And I have heard of whistle pigs before, but I did not know what they were. Because Whistle Pig is a brand of whiskey. And I have often seen it like on a menu. There's that one. In a restaurant. I think it's a pretty well-known whiskey brand. So anyway, oops, I just cleaned that one up. Anyway, there were whistle pigs at this Airbnb under the porch, which drove my dogs crazy because they got a glance and then they wanted to eat them. And let me get this little paper booger out. They wanted to eat the whistle pigs, and I don't blame them. They might be tasty. I have no idea. I've never eaten whistle pig. So anyway, we want to leave a review of the Airbnb that says 5 whistle pigs in the comments. And I realize that most people probably will say, like, what in the world does that mean? Like most of the things I say. But if they do know or do figure out what a whistle pig is, I think they would be also humored by that comment. So look at those shiny little wieners. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Okay, so now I'm bored with cutting things out. I think we should move on to trying to colorize things. What do you think? We got all these shakies. Okay, so I'm gonna save all that for later, but let me move all these little paper boogers out of the way because they're just gonna drive me crazy. All that. Let me move all that. Okay, so now I need something to put down so don't totally mess up my space. Let's see. How about some parchment paper? Used, of course. Okay, that actually kind of quite covers the area that you can see with my stupid camera set up the way it is. I'll get better, you guys. I promise. Actually, I think when I do a live, the camera setup is better, or it could just be that when I did it with Lindy, we did it through StreamYard, and that's better. I don't know, but I think you can do StreamYard a couple times a month for free, and I don't plan on doing like every day or something like that. That's just cray. I got 2 jobs, y'all. I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. I just wanted to hang out with you guys and play, especially if nobody else is like out there on the air, on the wavelengths. Okay, so I'm gonna get some inks. Let me get some inks first. And I'm gonna get some gloves because I don't like patients looking at my hands and thinking I'm gross. So I'll be right back. Hold your horsies. Okay, I'll give you 2 guesses as to whether or not these gloves have been used before. Only 2 now. Okay. So we have our gloves. And let me get a sip of water. Because I'm a camel. Okay, move some of our stuff out of the way. We don't need our glue stick anymore. He's closed. Okay. This is my goofy little, I don't know, what do you want to call that? I kind of tried to swatch my alcohol inks, most of which I got from Debbie Epps at her D-Stash sale. I kind of tried to swatch them on some Yupo scraps that came from my PM Artist stencils cutoffs. So if you order PM Artist Studio stencils, you can request the cutoffs. And I thought, oh, I'll use those to like swatch alcohol inks on. And I did, but it looks like a glorious mess. So anyway, I'll tuck that right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I can, and that's what matters. Okay, so what shall we do? What shall we do? I think I want to save the book page ones and maybe do them something with, something a little more translucent, like watercolor or those gelato thingamajiggies. Okay, but I definitely want to do the wallpaper, at least some of it, with alcohol inks. So, I love orange. So let's start with orange. Maeve's over here. She's trying to see what we're doing. Okay, so let's start with this guy. And I'm going to do it in my hand so you can see. We're going to go like that. And then I want to make it run. Run, orange, run. Oh, I forgot I got some alcohol ink mover fluid. It has a better name than that. But let's try that too. Let me get that out. Hold your horses again. I got this, what is it? Alcohol blending solution. This one. I got that at a local craft store. It's actually, well, kind of local. I had to drive about an hour, but in Atlanta, that's like normal, guys. It had been in my Amazon wish list, but I try very hard to support brick and mortars, and you know, I think customer service is a skill that should actually be developed. I don't think that's doing diddle squat. What do y'all think? At least not on the wallpaper. But I did only put one drop, so maybe that's my fault because I'm being what's the word? The opposite of greedy. I'm being stingy. Stingy, that's the word. Okay, so that's interesting. It's not really getting the edges yet, so we'll have to like not be so stingy, Adria. Get your edges, girl. Get your edges. There you go. That's a girl. Get in there. Yep. Yeah, you get in there. See, I want some of the gold to show though, so I don't know. Let's just see what happens. And what if I do that paper on paper technique I learned, where you go like this, smish, 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 smish. Oh, that's kind of stupid, but okay. That's a start there. We can do more on that one now. And this one, now that little spot's just gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so does the alcohol ink move on wallpaper? Was my question. I don't know that I've answered it yet. Maybe. Not sure. Also, I am not an alcohol ink expert, clearly, because I don't know how to apply them very well, as you can tell. Okay, but I kind of want that to dry, and then I want to add something to the edges, whether that is a darker alcohol ink or something else. I don't know. But now we're gonna like work with that business because it's gross right now. It's real gross. Okay, so we've got gold, we've got orange. I'm thinking maybe some brownish, and I'm just gonna pick one up out of my tin. We're gonna go with caramel, or caramel if you're nasty. I don't know if that makes you nasty. I just thought it'd be fun to say. Oh, that drip dried out. See, that's what I wanted it to do, was like run all crazy like that. So the interesting thing about the wallpaper is it's kind of like grosgrain ribbon, right? Like it has little lines in it that I did not anticipate or maybe realize were there before we started doing this. And now I can really see them. Can you see them? So there's that. I still don't think though that I would still think that the sheen on the wallpaper means that it's not as absorbent as regular copy paper though. So I guess that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this, was because other than a little bit of Yupo paper, I really don't have much substrate to play with the alcohol inks on that I know of where they'll move. So anyway, I'm gonna let that dry for a second, but I'm gonna just put some on here. I feel like this has turned out to be a hot dog mess. Well, that's getting grungier at least. Well, why don't you go on that blank spot right there instead of just doing what you want to do, ink? Well, I'm liking that better. It's almost getting like a rustic color. I'm into the rusty. Ooh, girl. Slow your roll. You getting real rusty now, girl. Okay. Well, there's that. That's a hot mess so far. Okay, we're gonna switch up our color situation for this moment in time. Ooh, I have this really pretty dark red. For the life of me, on these older Tim Holtz Adirondack inks, I cannot find the name of the color. But again, I got these used from Debbie Up, so I'm not sure that they have a name on the bottle. Let's see. Do we want to do this on silver or gold, people? Let's do it on this one. Ooh, that reminds me of wine. In a good way. I mean, is wine ever a bad way? So that's kind of nice. And I'm just leaving a bit because, again, I like to have more than one color for more interest, texture. I don't know. I'm not a formal arts teacher, but that's the word I picked for now. So actually that's kind of cool the way it is. I might go for a little more. We're getting loose, y'all, with our alcohol inks. It's getting real loose. I have got to do a better camera setup. I'm having to sit kind of with my arms up over my head, which is ridiculous. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I like it. I like it. Now, shall we do a green? I think we shall. I have a dark green called Everglades. Y'all, is this video upside down? Hopefully not. Hopefully you're seeing it from my perspective. That'd be so annoying if it's not. Let's go for the same one. We're gonna do a little green on him, her, whatever gender she decides to be. Or maybe she doesn't want to pick. Maybe she wants to be the they, them. I don't care. I really don't. This gear can be fluid. Okay, I like it. I can envision some dark brown there in the spots where the ink did not go. Give that a second. Okay, this business needs some work. Ooh, I'm kind of rubbing off the ink I have on my hand on there, and that's nice. Let's just go for it. Let's just add some crazy, all kind of stuff on there. And I guess you could, if you hate it, you could remove it, right? With like rubbing alcohol, and then do it again, right? Alcohol inks move with alcohol, right? Or remove. Oh, that's kind of funky, grungy. I dig it. I think we need more orange or more brown again in there though. But I like how the green bled a little bit in there. That's cool. That's looking cool. Let's do some brown in there. Make it a little more saturated. Now that I'm not so afraid to use my supplies. Are y'all like that? Are you stingy with your supplies? I am. I don't know why. Well, they're precious, you know. You like wait so long to get them, and then you get them, and you just want them to last forever. They're like your little babies. Well, we done it now. So we're just gonna let that run around and, whoa, it's like running through on the back. That's kind of cool. Oh, girl. Okay. Well, that's something. Still think it needs more orange, but we'll give that a minute. I feel like if you add them all at the same time, it would just make mud. I don't really know though. Okay. I'm not a big fan of like blue, but occasionally it is useful. So let's make one so that we have one. So this is mermaid. I think we'll have a blue doily. Blue doily, yes. Well, it's actually kind of a nice, like, to me that's like a teal color, almost. Ooh, I like how it's bleeding. See, I like it when it moves. which I think was the idea of the alcohol blending solution, but I probably just dripping it on there isn't the way to do it. You know, I gotta open a supply, do it wrong, realize I have no idea what I'm doing, and then I guess do my research, watch a video on it. That's how it goes. I want more drippies. More drippies. Drippies everywhere. Drips. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's kind of like a little art piece in itself. Oh, it's gonna drip onto something. What you gonna drip onto? You gonna drip on there? You're just gonna, no, you're just gonna hang out there. Oh, you're moving. Okay. You know what, it's almost wintry. Is it? I don't know. It's something. It's the tart. Okay, now I'm ready to put more orange on there. That looks like a hot mess. Orange. At least I can tell which orange I had used, and I don't know if I told you, but it is Ember, because I did not push it all the way back down into the pan, which wasn't on purpose, but was a happy mistake, because I don't need to be mixing more than 3 colors on here. I feel like that would be hectic. Oh, the green activated the orange activated the green, the Ember activated the Everglades. Ah, it's getting real crazy in there. But that is very grunge, which, you know, I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Okay. And what are we gonna do with these? I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I have no idea. I just like to make gears and wiener dogs, apparently. Okay. Let's see. We haven't done a pink or a purple or a red. Well, we've done a wine red, I guess, but I have like a redder red. And I feel like this little wiener dog wants to be red. Yes, she does. She wants to be red right there on the tip of her tail. So I have inked these wiener dog die cuts before, but on aluminum can. Have you ever cut out aluminum can? And they came out really cute. If I have the wherewithal before I end this video, I'll show you. They came out really cute. And then I glued them to some of these gears, and I don't know what's gonna happen to them beyond that, but so that's her so far. She's cute. She's kind of nice with just her little gold in the background there, but I might add a little bit more ink. She might need a little more saturation. Okay. I just left Mermaid out, just hanging loose. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see. This is a really pretty color. It is, well, under there it says Monsoon. I actually cleaned all these bottles up when I got them from Debbie, and then that's what happens when you use them. But this is called Monsoon, and it is beautiful. It might be my favorite one that I got from her. See, it's like a stormy day. It's just really nice. I love it. It's like a gray, blue yumminess. Okay. So I'm gonna finish these up, but that's kind of what I was doing today. And let me take my gloves off and show you the little aluminum can gear wiener dogs I was just telling you about before I go. Hang on. This is not how you take off gloves in the medical world, y'all. Okay. Let's see here. So they're super cute. So I have that one. So these might just be embellishments on tags or something later. I have that one. I have, oh, this one keeps falling apart, but it goes like that or something. And last but not least, I have that one. And this is what they look like before I alcohol inked them. They're just made from, oh, that's the back. They're made from the koi can, and apparently I did alcohol ink all of them on this side. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I don't know if I need more subscribers to actually stream live, but I would love to be able to stream live so I can hang out with you guys in chat. It's kind of lame talking to myself. So please comment or give a thumbs up or share, or, you know, do something if you want to hang out so that I'm more likely to be able to stream live. I would be so grateful. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.